North Side on a spring evening. Light traffic on Coleraine Avenue. The sun dimming on abandoned buildings. All very mundane. Plenty of former warehouses like this one dot the neighborhood. But this is someplace special. This is Jack's music. This is Jack's house. And guess who this is?
Around, I'll push it the hell out of my way. It's in the way there. Jeez.
Jack Berberech works with the love of an artist, but he'd argue that point. Preferring to call himself a craftsman, he says he doesn't interpret when he employs his trade, which is making furniture. He just does what people tell him. The straight rows of power tools and drill bits do seem to speak of a left-brained organizer. And the enthusiasm in his voice when he describes the result of a new cutting tool he's designed does sound more like a geometry class than a creation.
Okay, if you set up an x-axis through an ellipse, P would be the piece that follows the ellipse. The distance from A to B is half the length of the ellipse. So to cut it out, we rigged a jig.
If you didn't get all that, it's okay. It's hard not to get caught up in his excitement. Jack's got a wood shop downstairs, a metal shop upstairs, a paint room, and a dog named Blossom. And I was just curious, how did someone who seemed like a fairly normal-looking guy end up with all this stuff?
Once you start making something, you need, they're like more hands. The more tools you have, the more options you have in what you can do. So once you get started, it's like, I don't know, you're a kid in a toy store. You see a new tool and you go, or in my case, you see old tools out real cheap and you go, well, I can fix that. So you bring them in and you fix them and you make them work.
It has been said that the only difference between men and boys is the size of their toys. Jack Berberech takes the concept of a shop project to a whole new level.